Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to present my topic for International Logistics Management, AMN 430. This is part of assignment 1. We're going to do an introduction first, then we're going to go to the products and services offered by the company, and then we're going into the supply chain and logistics services provided by the company, and then we're going to conclude it all. So let's begin with introduction. So Schneider Electric is actually a French multinational corporation company headquartered in France, and it's a global 500 company, which means it's very massive, and it's publicly traded on Euronext stock exchange and also on Eurostoxx 500. Just for a fact, as of financial year of 2018, it posted a global staggering revenue of 25.72 billion euros, which in terms of Australian dollars is around 42.26 billion dollars. So that's massive, right? Uh, let's begin with product and services offered. So it offers energy management that would include giving power solutions to grid stations or power plants, and it has very recently evolved into other sectors as well, such as automobile, finance and banking, cement, commercial real estate. So it gives warehouse and data solutions for companies like ABB or Toyota, could be anything. And not just limited to electrical industry, it even provides warehouse solutions. So it's much more than just an electrical industry right now. In terms of supply chain, Schneider Electric does a purchasing and procurement, then it has a Schneider Electric supplier quality management, and then it has a global supply chain which tackles these two, and then very recently they are moving towards tailored, sustainable, connected 4.0. So we're going to go ahead and explore into it. Purchasing and procurement, so Schneider Electric actually acquires most of its raw materials, which includes silver, copper, aluminium, plastics, and steel. And since Schneider Electric is an active member of UN Global Compact, it is absolutely necessary for Schneider Electric to make sure that all the suppliers from which it's getting the raw materials also adhere to standards of ISO 26000, which is of social responsibility. So all the suppliers need to make sure that they are based on they committed to deadlines of delivery, and their innovative capacity, and they have a good quality products. So that is very basic for Schneider Electric, and it does so by implementing ISO 26000 and UN Global Compact. Let's move towards Schneider Electric Supplier Quality Management. It's basically a tool that's used by Schneider Electric. It's kind of a strategy tool. So what it does, it has a supplier performance module, a supplier qualification module, and a supplier approval module. So the supplier approval module is the first one that is to be used. It assesses the supplier in terms of does it actually has the capability to provide goods and services for Schneider, and then the supplier qualification module continuously evolves it, and performance module, once the raw materials are in or the parts are in from the supplier and they are coming in, let's say in the next batch or in the next shift, the Schneider Electric supplier quality management tool in supplier performance module helps to monitor that product or material continuously. Then we have the Schneider Electric global supply chain. So it is basically divided as in 3 stages. So you have sales operation, and you have business units, and then you have global function. So what sales operations is that they are spread across 7 global regions, which include Asia Pacific, North America, South America, Europe, and then you have business units that continuously interpret to adhere to those sales operations and then continuously evolve on it. And then just for a fact here, you could see that there are over 150,000 order lines per day and 96 distribution centers across the world. That's very huge for Schneider Electric to manage. Very recently, they have employed a new strategy which is known as Tailored, Sustainable and Connected 4.0. Now, the Pacific DC warehouse in Ingleburn, Sydney has been evolved with this technology, and it's very recent, I think as of June 2019. And with the implementation of a control tower, which is basically based on Schneider Electric's EcoStruxure, which in again terms is based on Microsoft Azure. So what with the implementation of that control tower in Sydney, there were results of 65% reduction in time to rectify incidents. A perfect example could be here of is of 2018, when there was a serious fire on Maersk Line, which is a shipping container line that was in Arabian Sea on 7th of March 2018. The very next day, the full assessment on impact was done from the control tower in China, and on the other day, there was a replacement shipment that was shipped from China to France again. So you could see in less than 24 hours, the damage was analyzed and the replacement shipment was done. This actually helped to make sure that the supply chain is not disturbed and it keeps on flowing for consumers and everyone easily. Well, let's go towards the conclusion. Now, I gave you an overview of global supply chain used by Schneider Electric, and we discussed the supplier quality management. The next part of this assignment and report would be generally in Australian context. So we would be going more we'd be studying and analyzing more about Schneider Electric in Australia and how it manages its supply chain. Thank you.